When you talk about the beating heart of FC Barcelona's future, one name keeps popping up: Albert Sánchez. Imagine a coach pacing the sideline, the Ciutat Esportiva Cleaver clipboard in hand, eyes scanning the tiny figures darting across the pitch. For 4 seasons, Sánchez has been the guardian of Barça Athletic, the proving ground where raw youngsters learn to carry the weight of those famous blue and garnet stripes. He's known for nurturing talent, for spotting that flicker of genius in a teenager's boots long before the crowd ever sees it. So when Sánchez sits down with Sport and leans in to share his honest predictions, you know something big is about to drop, something that could reshape the first team for years to come. What secret did he unveil this time, and why should every Barca fan be on the edge of their seat? In that same interview, Sánchez named one player above all others to watch, a name that might catch you off guard: Jofre Torrents. And maybe you'll be surprised because I didn't get to have him at Barça Athletic. He admits, voice steady, gaze unwavering. Picture him pausing for a beat, maybe leaning back in his chair, then delivering the line that echoes around Camp Nou corridors. I'll tell you that I think Jofre Torrents is going to be Barca's left back. Pause. Let that sink in. Here's a teenager with lightning in his veins, yet Sánchez never even coached him at the B team, and still, he's bold enough to suggest that Torrents could one day push Alejandro Balda for that coveted spot on the left side of defence. You can almost hear the collective gasp. Could the heir apparent be waiting in the wings, ready to grab the mantle at a moment's notice? But what makes Torrents so special? Close your eyes for a second and imagine the rush of a crisp evening breeze at the training ground, the slap of a well-struck cross echoing off metal fences. You see Torrents sprinting down the flank, his left foot as precise as a surgeon's scalpel, clipping the ball into dangerous territory. Sánchez highlights his surprise factor, how this youngster handful of appearances has turned heads with his composure and hunger. He's the kind of player whose every surge forward feels like an arrow fired straight at the heart of the opposing defence. It's one thing to have skill, it's another to have that quiet confidence that whispers, "I belong here." And as Sánchez leans forward again, eyes bright, he throws down the gauntlet. "I don't forget Balda, but I think Jofre Torrents is very good," he said. The challenge has been set. Will Torrents rise to meet it? Yet Sánchez's vision doesn't end with Torrents. He shifts gears to sing the praises of 2 other youth prospects, cousins Gil and Tony Fernandez, who have caught his attention this summer. Picture the scene. Hansi Flick's pre-season camp buzzing with energy as newcomers carve out their space among seasoned pros. Gil and Tony, barely out of their teens, stand shoulder to shoulder with the first team. They were starters at Barça Athletic in 2008 as first-year youth players, and that is very commendable. Sánchez says, his tone one of genuine respect. He sees in Gil a powerful interior midfielder, a force of nature barreling into the box like a runaway train. And Tony? Well, Tony has the striker's sixth sense, an almost supernatural knack for finding the net, as if the ball knows exactly where to go the moment it leaves his boot. But Sánchez doesn't sugarcoat it. Breaking through at Barca is like trying to crack a vault. Competition is fierce, margins razor thin. Still, he believes both cousins have the tools to hack their way in. Will they seize their moment, or will the pressure of Camp Nou's bright lights prove too intense? Then there's Pedro Fernandez, the name on every fan's lips after that astonishing leap from juvenile B to the first team. Sánchez chuckles as he recalls last preseason when Dro trained under him at Barça Athletic. Back then, he was battling for minutes behind Quim Junyent in juvenile B and Unai Hernandez in the B side. Forward a few months, and Dro is donning the first team shirt, doing things on the pitch that make even seasoned veterans do a double take. He is a differential player, Sánchez says, carefully choosing his words. He has a Barca profile. Imagine the buzz in the locker room when Dro tells his old teammates about his new squad number, the hush that falls when he steps onto Rua Catalunya for the first time. He's got that creative spark, that tactical intelligence that screams Lucia, Iniesta, Xavi, but with his own unique twist. The question now is whether he can sustain the hype, or if the jump from youth football to the grandest stage in Europe is a bridge too far. When a coach of Sánchez's pedigree puts his stamp of approval on these talents, people listen. He's the one who's seen countless hopefuls cycle through the youth ranks and knows what it takes to turn promise into performance. His track record adds weight, past Portuguese who graduated to the first team, who went on to lift trophies and etch their names into Barça folklore. So when he says a Joffre Torrens could unseat Boulder, or that Gil and Tony Fernandez have what it takes, or that Dro is already ticking the right boxes, it's more than idle chatter. It's a roadmap for the future. The very fabric of Barcelona's identity, built on youth, hangs in the balance. And now, as pre-season training intensifies and the new campaign looms, we stand on the brink of discovery. Will Torrens sprint past expectations and become the next Galactico on the left? Can the Fernandez cousins weather the storm and crack the starting Saivai? Will Dro's meteoric ascent continue its upward trajectory? One thing is certain, with Albert Sanchez's seal of approval, these names are the ones to watch. The next chapter of Barca's story is about to be written. Stay tuned, because every touch, every sprint, every goal will bring us closer to the answer.